Namaste. Welcome to the YouTube channel of mine. Today we will be learning about Adho Mukha Shvanasana, downward dog facing. Okay. Now this is one of the foundational practices of Hatha Yoga or any kind of yoga for that matter. It can be practiced separately as one asana in a beginner level, and it is also one of the steps in Surya Namaskara. So without delaying any time here, we will straight away move into the pose. Okay. From Vajrasana, you need to move into knees wider, big toes together, Adho Mukha Virasana. Take a couple of seconds here before you move into Adho Mukha Shvanasana as a beginner, because this stretches the shoulders very well. Make sure your hands are shoulder distance wider. Okay. Start feeling the palms on the floor. Okay. Tip of the forefinger facing forward, making sure the wrist crease is parallel to the mat. Come on to the hands, come on to the knees. Bring your knees hip distance wider. Okay. Try not to come forward but remain backwards. Make sure you are pressing through the hands into the mat. Tuck your toes inside. Your toes, your legs are hip distance wider. You slowly pressurizing the balls of the big foot. The balls of the big foot. Push the hip back and raise it up. Raise it as much as you can. And then from there pressing through the hands, broadening the shoulder blades. Okay, broadening the shoulder blades. Push the chest into the thigh and then align the neck in line with the spine. And then stay here for a couple of breaths. As a beginner, you might feel the breath is rushing. That's okay. Just go to the pose. Just bring the knees down. Bring your big toes together, push back and take a few seconds to relax. When you practice this pose in the beginning, try to just go into the pose and come out of the pose. You can try this about 5 to 6 rounds, okay? And then after a week or after 10 days, you can start staying in the pose. So when you feel stable into the shoulders and into the hips and into the legs. Initially, you might feel everything is shaky, you're not able to breathe. That's all common to be felt. Okay. Now let's see how you move into the pose and how you maintain the stability of your shoulder. And for which I would like you to show the front view. Okay. So, as I told you, we will be moving into Adho Mukha Virasana. Make sure the tip of the fingers are facing forward. You have your wrist parallel to the ground. A little bit external rotation of the wrist and external rotation of the shoulders, of the triceps, so that you are making sure your shoulder blades are nicely broadened and they're not hunching and you're not pushing the shoulder into the ear. From here, we push the mat and push the shoulders away. Then tuck the toes in, lift the hips. Now when you press the hands, generally we tend to make the mistake of crunching the shoulders into the ears. That should not happen. Okay. So you have to make sure you lift and you broaden the shoulders, soften the elbows and then slowly push through the hip and then align the head in line with the neck. So don't do this. This is wrong. Make sure your shoulders, your shoulder blades are wide enough. Your belly is tightly pulled in. You're sharing equal weight onto the legs and onto the hands. You're engaging the calf muscles and the hamstrings. You're also engaging the oblique muscles. Your shoulder blades are broad, nice enough. You're not dropping the neck down like this. You're keeping in line with your spine. Staying there and trying to breathe. Dropping the knees down. Going back onto the hips. And relaxing for a couple of seconds in Adho Mukha Virasana. Take your time to relax here, okay? So as a beginner, when you practice this pose, you might feel when you come down or when you sit back to Vajrasana or something like that, you might feel that you're feeling giddy, okay, or you're finding shortness of breath. That's all common, okay. So do not, when you're in Adho Mukha Virasana, you can take your liberty to just relax like this, or maybe stay here, take a couple of seconds here also, and watch the breath, see that you're getting comfortable, and then slowly come back onto the knees and take your time to sit in Vajrasana to allow the blood to circulate back into the heart. Okay, so this was Adho Mukha Shvanasana, downward dog facing, one of the foundational practices. There are many benefits of this asana. I could tell you a few. So as you saw, it is a downward facing dog. So it improves the circulation of the blood into the head region, into the brain, since you lower the brain below the heart level, and it is closer to the gravity as well. It improves the digestion, it improves the blood, it improves the core muscles, the strength in your core muscles, it stretches the whole spine, it improves the flexibility and the strength in your shoulder muscles. Also, it improves the range of motion in your wrist, okay, and it is a good preparation for inversions. Okay, any inversion asanas as you move further into the practice. It also stretches the leg muscles, the hamstrings, the calf muscles, and the ankle flexibility. So it stretches all over the whole body. Okay, so these are the benefits of Adho Mukha Shvanasana. Also, people suffering from anxiety, if they practice this, they can find a lot of help in this pose for the anxiety problems. Okay, now coming to the like who cannot do the pose, okay, or what variations can be given with the pose for a beginner or with some kind of a problem. Now supposing if you're you have any issues with your flexibility in your hamstrings, or you have weak knee joints or anything like that, use the wall support. You can use your legs into the heels into the wall like this. Okay, so you can use the leg into the wall and just try to press the heel into the wall and try to lift up. Make sure the knee is soft. Okay, so when you do the pose, it will be exactly knees soft. Okay, so your knees should be soft, so that you are feeling comfortable. If you have tight hamstrings, you won't be able to lightly straighten it up. Don't worry, all bodies are not ready to straighten the knee. You can keep this softness and always release the hip joints here. Okay, right. Now people suffering from high blood pressure or any heart related issues should do this pose in front of the instructors, or only if the doctors say yes to them for the practice. And pregnant women can always practice this, but always make sure your doctor has advised you to practice. So this was all about Adho Mukha Shvanasana. Hope you are practicing and hope you're liking my videos and my explanations. Please let me know your views and your comments about every video. It always helps me to improve my quality of the videos, maybe my teaching quality. Okay, so thank you for this session, and please subscribe to my channel if you have still not subscribed it, and hit the bell icon.